Hello YouTube, Kraegan here, and welcome to episode 3 of my Dyson Sphere Program. And if you remember, last time we were trying to figure out where we were going to place everything and running into power issues on our grid here. So I am just connecting everything up. I did realize also that I was only pulling out the magnetic coils from one assembler, not both of them, so that was kind of a error on my part. But I'm gonna set up some more power. We'll hopefully at least do better on our grid. I don't know that we'll completely solve all of our problems. But I'm gonna get as many as I can put down here so that we don't have a serious shortage in power. Can affect how quickly you produce things, so. Okay. Looking good. Looking better, at least. I mean, not great, but. So we need to set up a storage facility for it. I mean, that. We're getting closer to 100% generation, but it's still consuming more than it's generating, so let's make a few more. We do need to set down a storage unit for the circuit boards so that we can push those into storage, and then we'll be taking them out of storage and running them into our lab buildings once we make those. At least that's the plan anyway. We'll see what happens here. Okay. So I'm just going to run the circuit boards back to this storage, and then I will need a way to get that to the labs that we build. And actually that's actually going to be a problem, I think. Because we got to be able to have two conveyors coming out of these, one out of each storage facility, bringing the products out into this next area that we're going to build our labs in. So that could definitely be a problem. And I'm not liking the way the copper production line is looking right now either. That doesn't look very good. There's not much coming down that line. I think that storage tank is messing with us. Or am I gonna have to get rid of that one? Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. And I'm going to set it up probably on... Yeah, I got to get rid of these, get rid of the sorters, get those back so I can use them elsewhere. Trying to think of the best place to put these. Probably out here. One on each side. And I'll bring the conveyors just up over this line and then back down. Oh, it's going to be a little too far. Okay, well, it's alright. Grab this, bring them over, push them up here, just like the other one, bring it down. If we had a splitter, that would be much easier. We can't create that yet, but if we had one of those, it would be much easier. We could basically split two different products, send them different directions. So once we get that, we'll have to set up our line a little bit differently here, but for now this will work. So it looks like copper is flowing again, but that's probably because we weren't pumping stuff out. Okay, once this gets moving again, it's probably going to be, probably going to have a shortage again, so got to keep an eye on that. That could definitely be an issue. So we'll just keep an eye on it for now. We've got our storage being filled. I'm going to put back what I took out when I got rid of the storage. I'll keep a little bit. They're always good to have some of those on hand. That's looking pretty good. I don't like... So here, I want to show you this. You can see how much you're producing here. So if you look at the magnetic coils, the circuit boards, you can see the magnetic coils, we're producing more of those than we are the circuit boards. So that's telling me that the stuff getting to the end of the line here is coming in slower than the other. And it's probably because of this issue right here. I think we're going to have to take out that storage facility, and then we'll have some increased production there. Because it's getting to the first 3 smelters just fine, but not, I mean, we came up a little bit, 31. I mean, that's pretty good, but it's not great. It could definitely be more efficient, so I don't know that I want to get rid of that. What I'll probably try and do is take a conveyor belt and just redirect it. I'll go around. Yeah, I'll just take it and I'll go like from here and just hook it right into the other belt, bypassing the storage. And then that's much better. That looks a lot better actually. Now if we check, you can see we're getting some gains there. It's definitely producing things faster. So that's good. We want to get that as... And our power consumption is not that great. I mean, there's definitely a spike there. So, and the next buildings that we build are going to be power intensive as well, so that's going to probably be an issue. But the reason we're setting up the matrix labs is to research thermal power. It's going to be the first thing we research, and then we'll have coal power, which is going to allow us to get rid of our dependence on wind turbines, so that'll be nice. So the next thing we need to do is just make sure we got enough matrix labs to research what we need to do next. So I'm going to put them out in this area here. And I'm planning on a limited number at first. I'm thinking maybe, well, you can stack them 3 high, so you can do 1 at the ground level and then 2 on top of that. So I'm thinking total, if I stack them, I'm probably going to have like 12, probably, or 18, maybe. Kind of depends on how difficult they are to make. I do need to get some resources to make them, though. I didn't see a close vein of stone, so I'm just getting what I can out of here. Okay, well, it's more than I had before. Let's see what else I can do here. If I take a little out of here, Okay. Bump that up, let's do that. And we're short iron ingots, so I can go grab some of those. But our little complex is not looking too bad right now. I mean, it's humming along pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with what we have so far. And this can always be expanded. You could do another, you could copy your facility, make another one. As long as you have resources to feed it, you can power a bunch of labs and generate a bunch of cubes if you want for your research. This is the thing that I was talking about earlier. If you get that, you can split things off and you don't have to figure out ways of, taking two products down different conveyor belts. You can just run them all into one and it'll split them off for you. So that's a good piece of technology when we make it to that level. Not there yet though. So I'm going to start my lab probably somewhere around. Oh, that's probably good. I'll need to move this.
Matrix Lab. You can use it to make super matrices or research technologies that require them to unlock. The super matrices are the source code of the center brain for maintaining the homeworld. You could upload as many super matrices
so as I said before, you can stack 3 on top of each
You can be benefit to unlock more actual world technologies by operating the homeworld simultaneously.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up. I'm going to stack them up, have the first group here just make cubes, and it'll make them in all 3 of those buildings from the bottom to the top. And then I'll have a second set of labs behind the first set, and that's going to be doing the research. So the buildings that are making the cubes are going to directly feed the buildings that need the cubes to do the research. Now, the only thing that's going to really mess us up with this at first is going to be the power. It's going to extremely tax our power system. So we're going to try to offset that as much as we can, but it's going to be inefficient. It's going to suck for right now at least. But we'll use all the wind turbines that we have just to prepare for that, because we know it's going to be an issue. And then once we get thermal power, we will hightail it over to a coal vein, get some thermal energy researched, and we'll have a lot more power than we do right now. So for now, this is good enough. I am going to set up research in both of these. And I'm going to take sorters and I'm going to do 3 across from the blue cube to the research station. The reason I do that is because each one of those sorters, if you watch them, if you only do 1, it'll be constantly moving stuff across. If you do 3 and you have enough resources going in and it's producing them fast enough, you'll have 3 of them going across to the research. So it'll actually pump it out pretty quick. So I'm going to make my conveyors kind of go like this. It's not great to set them up like this. This is definitely temporary, but it'll get us where we need to go here. What is in my way? I guess nothing's in my way. Weird. Okay. Get some sorters set up on this so we can start feeding these buildings what they need. And then they should start pumping out cubes. Again, not very efficiently, but they'll get the job done. So the plan then is to get this up and running. We'll get thermal power researched right here, and then we'll get a new power plant that we can use on coal. So I'm going to activate that, and it's going to start going there. So that's it for episode 3. Thanks for watching. If you like my video, like, subscribe. You'll see more of my Let's Play series on YouTube. We're going to get all the way to the Dyson Sphere on this one, guys, so keep watching, keep liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is Kraegan. Talk to you later.